this is not just a Patterson issue. I've said this publicly over and over again. The drug epidemic. People that's here in Patterson don't even live here. A lot of them. You see the arrests in the paper every day. A lot of them don't come from Patterson. It's, however, giving the city a bad rap. It's giving the county a bad rap. But it's not just a Patterson issue. It's a county-wide issue. And we can't, the days of living and working in silo, those days are over. We're globally connected society. We cannot continue to look at the issues as that's a Patterson issue, or that's a Passaic issue, or that's a Clifton issue. It's a county-wide issue, because I remember a few years ago there was a young man that came down from Wayne, and on his I believe it was graduation day. Yes, I got killed. So unfortunately, it's affecting us globally. So it's not an isolated issue. But we have to change the way we've done business as we see it. There is not enough programs available. I read in the article the other day there's a women's shelter that was fighting the county in court for, I believe it's like $100,000 grant in court. Here's an organization that's helping women, providing shelter and keeping them out of the streets. Why should any organization that's doing something like this be dragged through courts, regardless of what the paper issue is? Why couldn't that have been addressed internally? So there's not enough being done to address the issue not only in the streets but publicly. What's being done in the schools to make sure that kids are not getting strung out on drugs, that they're not falling into the gang and selling drugs. And there's a lot of programs that exist out there that could be brought in, joint programs. I've said this to several elected officials in the county that we had a meeting about a year ago, 2 years ago. A young girl in the 4th Ward that was riding her bike.
Yeah,
Genesis. That's right. She was riding her bike. She's doing what a kid is supposed to do, and she got shot. This is in front of her house.
Yep.
So you can't get any closer to home than being in front of your house.
That's right.
My condolences goes out to the family, but we have a global issue here again with young kids. The last 10 days, there's been 5 homicides in the city.
One of them, a young man who's been helping to try to stop the violence. A young man, McCaskill. He was trying to help get him to calm down. We got killed.
And you know what that opens a whole, it opens Pandora's box, let's say. Because it makes you wonder, number one, where are these kids getting these weapons from, right? It makes you wonder, how come they don't have something else?
Right.
Even like the women's shelter. You have young children in a position where they have nothing to do. And I'm not saying, okay, the only thing you can do is kill people.
Right.
But when you put the whole thing together, it's like, what choices do you have? Like, what are you giving me? You know what I'm saying? When you take everything from me and you leave for me the only, let's just say, way I know to survive, and then that my survival leads me to a place that I can never escape from.
Right.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's like, to me, it's like, what hope do you have for people?
Well, that's a good point, right? So the question is this. Einstein said if you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result, what is that called? It's called insanity, right? So here we go. We've been voting the same people into power in this county for the last 16 to 20 years. 16 to 20 years. And the question that I ask the folks that are listening is simply this. Take a look out your window. And if you could take a still shot of the last 16 to 20 years, have there been progress in your community?
And half of them probably say no.
And if they can say no with a clear conscience, then something needs to change. You have to start electing people that are, I understand there are party affiliations, there are party, you have to decide a party to be in politics, unfortunately, because we have been programmed as a society to vote the line. Okay.
Oh no, I don't.
And you guys are one of the small portion that doesn't.
I'll split that line in a minute.
That's right.
You're not a line dancer?
No.
So that's one of the things that we have to change. We have been doing that as a society in this county for too long, and that still shot does not represent what you would like to see as growth and development for the community. And if you can say it has gotten worse, then it's time for change. So
Sometimes you
how
gotta
do you
shake
do
the
it?
pot.
You have to shape the pot. You have to shape the tree and see who falls out.
That's right, that's true.
You
Goddamn, shake it, shake it.
So back to the point of police, community policing. The police department must look like the community.
Yes.
Okay. There was a grant that the city of Patterson received a few years back to hire some police officers. They lost the grant. My recommendation is that through the next few years, as you look to develop a plan, there are strategic plans that driven every level of government. Every business has a strategic plan that tells you where you are today and where you will be in the next 3 to 5 years. And the city needs to have a plan where there's a police officer that lives in every district within the community.
They should be mandated to live in Patterson. If you're a Patterson police officer, you should be mandated to live in Patterson.
Well, at least
if you get hired, I know like for our town, so far I'm hearing we don't have that no because we don't have any more police officers from our town anymore. They all coming in from other towns.
Right.
But they said you have up to 3 years to move into that town
that's correct.
After you're hired.
after you're hired. But I'm thinking, and what I'm suggesting is that you need to already live there. But they said in Inglewood, they were saying, oh, y'all getting away with too much because everybody's in Inglewood, oh man, don't park your car, I'm gonna let you ride on this ticket or,
Right.
stuff like that. But you gotta know, because Patterson is huge.
Correct.
You gotta have people that are not so standoffish. Gotta go out to meet the community, shake their hands, say, you know what, I'm here for you.
That's correct.
My job is to protect and serve you. So if you got a problem, don't be scared to call me
Right.
and let me know what's going on.
So I agree with you, and there's two parts to this, right? There's two sides to every coin, and I agree 100% with what you're saying. But the community policing is one thing, but the relationship with the police department is also another thing. People have to talk about the issues that's occurring in front of them, around them, and not be worried about whether or not something will be done.
Right. Right.
So when you look at it and you ask the question, well, there is laws on the books that says you can't restrict a person to work and live where they work, right? So what do you do about that? How do you address that issue?
Well, you know what? I don't even understand. First of all, why if you're not going to live the honor, the badge, to protect and serve, you're gonna come into a town like Patterson and know it's 95%
Right.
black and Hispanic, you know, maybe even more than that. You ain't got maybe 1% white people.
Right.
And
Well,
you're gonna get these people to come in here, it's not like us, and you're gonna come up with a badge and a gun and you're gonna talk down to me. You know how that makes a person feel?
right, and that's why I think the community policing will change that the perception of what the police do or what the police looks like. Because if they're there on the ground and they're building a relationship and they're building a bond with the community, that changes everything.
Yeah.
And that affects the younger kids more than it affects anyone else.
Right.
Because you have to kind of pick an area where you're going to say, what group are we going to focus on changing? At what point are we going to try to change it? Because you have folks in our community that doesn't matter what the current leadership has done to the community, and they know what those issues are.
End of the show. We gotta continue.
Yes.
Continue this and come up. And we, last minute guests, but we always welcome everybody. And but we just do. We know that you're coming and we do what we do, and I'll continue to talk because I do believe that these things need to be constant. It's just like they're constantly putting this garbage on TV in our face week after week after week after week after week, and we talk about that. Why can't we do the same thing when it comes down to these certain issues?
Right.
Where we continuously see it, and it's instilled in us.
I agree.
Okay,
Someone said in the 40s that the worst weapon was the television set.
I said that's
So we got to take the TVs away from the kids and let them go outside.
You know what that shows how?
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that shows how times and things have changed.
Right.
Because they said that back in the 40s.
That's right.
And now in the 2000s, this is it.
That's right.
So,
I just think we just need more strong people to put the good content on these devices.
Right.
Because I don't think it's the TV. I think it's just the content that is being shown
That's right. That's correct.
that is really.
The media.
But that's another
to
conversation.
take our minds off of what's important.
That's
you
another
know what I mean?
conversation.
Yeah.
It
We
is,
all have
so.
another conversation. And then we got to get out of here because the next show got to come on. But I was talking to my son's godfather. He was talking about music. And I told him, I said, if you really think about it, if we lose our phone now, we're done. Back when I'm 42, so back when I was 19, 18, 20,
Yes.
we had pages.
That's right.
We had to remember the numbers to
Yeah.
page the person that we wanted to get in contact with.
Yeah,
Right.
little black phone books. I mean, put it in a pocket and carry it around.
But still, my thing is, we had to remember.
You had to
that.
remember.
If it was in a black book, when you
Right,
had pages,
right.
you didn't carry a little black book. It
Sure.
was memory.
Sure.
I'll say this is such and such page number. This is such and such. I'm gonna hit them up. Now we don't even do that.
Yeah.
We store the numbers in the
Yeah.
phone, and that's it.
That's right.
How many times did somebody ask us for our cell phone number and say, oh, what's my number?
What's my
We've
number?
all done
Yeah.
that.
And they're like, let me call you so you can
Right.
store it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So on that note, Talking Life we get every Sunday. Good show, good return. For those Jets fans out there, your boys lost by 1 point. Right now, Dallas is ahead of the Giants 3-0.
All them Cowgirls is winning. I know that Vince is happy.
So
Good
we
luck
got
to you,
it.
Mr. Anderson.
We got to get out of here. Next show
Thank
coming
you.
up is WGAF Comedy with Darius and Corbello. Crazy, funny. Stay tuned and listen to it. We will see you next week, same time, same place. Thank God.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right.
Thank you guys. So enjoy. Thanks for tuning in. So good.